Hi, I'm Mrs. Hutchins. I'm the head of Year 5 and 6, and this video is to explain the content of our Year 6 Sex and Relationships Education lessons. So all of our planning comes from this document that you can see on the screen, which is the Department for Education's government guidance on what we should be teaching in primary schools for relationships and sex education. Part of this guidance talks about how in primary schools we shouldn't be touching at all on gender identity or gender reassignment. As part of our Parks Respect values, we teach the children that we should respect everyone's individual choice. So they will see this slide at the beginning of their lessons, which talks about how we understand that some people feel that their sex at birth does not match the gender that they now identify with. However, in our lessons, which are from a very scientific point of view, we are talking about male and female because we're talking about biology and biological bodies, and we're not talking about gender. But we still feel like it's important to talk to the children about having that respect in our modern world. So these are the 5 lessons that the children will take part in. The first 2 of these are statutory, which means that they are part of the government's curriculum that we have to teach. The lesson 3, 4 and 5 are non-statutory. The government tell us that this is something that primary schools may choose to teach in an age-appropriate way if we feel like it's right for our children. So this is something that as a school we decide that we think that the children are ready to know at this age. However, as they are non-statutory, it really is up to parents to decide if they feel like this is right for their children. If you'd like any more information, please talk to your child's class teacher about this. So in lesson number 1, if you've watched our Year 5 video, you'll see that this is exactly the same. So it's just a recap on what they learned already in Year 5 about puberty. So we look at what happens to the male body and the female body during this time, and we compare the 2 of those. So we talk about, for the girls, about the menstrual cycle, about their periods. And you can see on your screen the other things that we talk about for both males and for females there. So our second lesson is part of our science content, which is why it's a statutory one. And this one is simply about naming the body parts for males and females. So like I said, this is done in just a purely scientific way, that we are just looking at the different parts that both sexes have and what they are called. So we then move on to the 3 lessons which are non-statutory. So lesson 3 is about how babies are made. So we look at this from a very scientific way, that we've got the male sperm, we've got the female egg, and we just look at how they come together to make a baby. So you can see some of the vocabulary there that we go through. We don't use any kind of video content here. We have got some cards that the children order that have got statements on of how these things happen. Like I said earlier, you're welcome to see those things and to have a copy yourself. You just need to talk to your child's teacher. In lesson number 4, we then look through how babies develop until birth. So here we are talking about how important it is for a pregnant woman to have a healthy lifestyle, and where the baby grows within the body, basically. And then in lesson number 5, we talk about that there are alternative ways that people can become parents. So again, you can see underneath there the things that we talk about. So we talk about fostering and adoption and surrogacy and an IVF, just talking about how people have different choices to have children. So that is our Year 6 content. The children are starting to learn that, like I said, this half term. So if you have any further questions, please speak to me or your child's class teacher. And if you feel like this is not appropriate for your child, then please let the child's teacher know. Thank you very much for watching our video. And I hope that's given you all the information that you need. Thank you.